Hey everybody, Dustin Dale's back here again. I'm at the Funny Bone Comedy Club tonight. It is Thursday night, but all this weekend we've got Rob Little in town. You've seen him. He's made an appearance on NBC's Last Call with Carson Daly. He's on. You can catch him on Sirius XM on Raw Dog Comedy. He's got some projects coming up that we're gonna touch base on because they're pretty good. So please welcome Rob Little to Omaha.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Thank you, man.
You just missed a couple other things. I just got Carnival Comedian of the Year, Carnival Cruise Line. I got College Comic of the Year and Comedian of the Year by Maxim Magazine.
Maxim Magazine.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
it's kind of cool.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it's just because I got a nice figure, maybe.
I think they saw it and like, stud.
Yes.
Cover. I like that.
Thanks.
You know, we were talking before we hit record here, and I'm getting married next weekend, and we already have a minister set, but I could have picked you, huh?
Yeah, I do a lot of gay weddings. And what? No, whatever. I actually have done a bunch of comedians' weddings, and some friends of mine I've done, and I try to make them unique, because especially if it's people I know, you can kind of write it to kind of mess with them a little bit, and it makes it kind of more fun. So I actually just pitched an idea. I was working with Regis Philbin's company, RAF Entertainment, and I came up with this idea where we meet couples. They all want to do like a weird wedding, and let's say it could be anything from like an underwater wedding, like an ice arena, whatever. Harry Potter themed was one couple we met, even nudists and stuff. So we would like basically meet the couple why they want to do that, and then we do it. We just set it all up, and if it's a nudist, I have to be that way, and we write out the ceremony for them, and sounds like a train wreck, but it's got to be fun to watch, I would think. It's got to be better than a lot of the stuff that's out there right now. So,
have you filmed any of that yet?
No, not yet. We're like in the pitch stage right now with some networks, so kind of excited about that.
What's the craziest one you think you're going to have to do? At least you've been talking about.
Oh, the nudist one's kind of scary to me. That one.
But you're Maxim Magazine best
No,
comic.
that doesn't mean I'm. No, I don't know. I'm not afraid to do it, but I think that would be the craziest one. Anything else, we're dressed in some weird costume or something, so I don't mind.
If you were getting married and you could pick any type of wedding, Hollywood-based, activity-based, whatever, what would you pick as like your coolest wedding ever?
Oh my God, that's an awesome question. I've never been asked that one. Because I've only been engaged once, and that didn't work. And then, God, I think it would probably be like an ice cream themed wedding, like just ice cream everywhere, and maybe even sit in a big bowl of it or something. I don't know. That sounds awesome to me.
That sounds awesome. I better get an invite to that wedding.
Yeah. Anybody can come to that one. Just cookie dough everywhere. That sounds phenomenal. Yeah.
That does sound good.
Yeah, just off the top, that's what I'm doing. I got to find a lady now. Pull up Tinder. Let's start.
Let's see. Right, left. Right there. So it was a crazy week this week. I don't know if you've been watching the news at all, but they found a miniature dinosaur basically in Florida.
Did you see that thing? That was phenomenal. Like, can you imagine? Like, I just keep thinking of Happy Gilmore every time I see like somebody's losing an arm or something. Because the golfers they throw a club and then it ends up laying right next to that thing, or I don't know. But it was pretty slow moving. They say you got to like outrun and. Was it an alligator or a crocodile?
I think it was an alligator.
Either way, you still got to run diagonal from it, right? Which they never show that on TV when the guys are messing with them. They're just like standing and they do this, and then they're away from them already. Yeah. So I don't know. That looked pretty nuts, man. It was huge.
If you saw that rocking in front of you, what would be your first thought?
I'd be gone. There's no way I would stick around for that. Those guys were idiots videoing it and stuff. No way.
Is that one of those situations where you trip the guy next to you?
Just throw my buddy down and take off running. I don't even know if I would even think about that far ahead. I would just be running. But yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, it's cool.
So one of the ways people can check you out is on Raw Dog Comedy. What kind of stuff they have on that channel?
Yeah, Raw Dog is like uncensored, so it can be anything. But my style is very versatile. I can go squeaky clean to rated R, whatever you want. It's cool out here on Raw Dog. It's pretty much anything goes. But like at the club, early shows we tend to try to keep it a little cleaner. Late shows we get a little more adult, and it kind of I play the crowd. Like if they're having fun and they're letting me go a little bit more, I'll go a little more. But I'm not out to offend anybody or anything. I just want to have a good time and be goofy and silly up there. So, yeah.
And what other kind of TV projects can people catch you out on?
The other thing I've been working on is I'm a big history buff. I hated it when I was younger, but man, I love it now. So I think it's because I travel so much, so I get to see a lot of history. And so I think a lot of people find history boring, which is a bummer because, I mean, we're here because of what happened, you know? And so I came up with this idea where I go all over the country. We go to different historical sites, learn some cool facts, and then like I reenact them or do funny, goofy sketches. And the show is called Here's a Little History with Rob Little. And like there's another show right now called Drunk History where they get drunk and they retell this thing. Mine is like real history. And then we do funny, goofy sketches. So like we did one I'm from Detroit, so we did Henry Ford, and he's a huge historian himself, and he had a lot of cool, he's got the chair Lincoln was assassinated in, he's got the bus Rosa Parks sat in, and I got to sit right where she sat. It was really cool. Like I always thought she was in the back of the bus, it was either the back or the front, right? It's right in the middle was where she sat.
Oh,
and
really?
that was the big deal, and it was like, who cares? You know? Yeah, because it was whites in the front, blacks in the back, and she sat in the middle, and she wouldn't move, and it's ridiculous. Now you think that, and you're like, this is ridiculous, but it's cool history. He's got a letter from Bonnie and Clyde, the famous bank robbing couple, thanking him for creating the V8 engine because it helped him get away so many times in robberies. And I was like, you never hear of criminals writing thank you letters anymore, you know? So we did some sketches on that, and it's just really fun. And I started, we pitched it to Regis's company, and Regis was like, this show is great. And I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I've been like taking it around to like schools, and it's really good for the kids too, because it keeps them focused in on it, because, you know, it's history and it can get dry. So I think, you know, I'm not out to make fun of history. I'm trying to make history fun.
Gotcha.
So that's the show. That's the one I'm working on now. And I just moved to New York City, which is a huge transition for me. I'm from a town in Michigan with one light. So like my God, it's so different. Like I've never been on a subway before, and it's so weird not having a car, you know. And I did something kind of crazy the other day that I never dreamed in my life I would have done. I ordered groceries online.
Weird.
Have you ever even thought of that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't done it.
It's huge in New York. It's all because you don't want to have to carry your groceries like 5-6 blocks, which doesn't even sound like a big deal, and it wouldn't be if you're not carrying, you know, 2 liters and cottage cheese and like all these bags. And so I started doing that, and it's awesome. It is so nice. They bring it right to your apartment. I'm like, oh, this is great. So now I just leave the refrigerator door. I'm like, just put it away, too. I'm too lazy to do it just on my own. So, yeah, it's awesome out there. It's exciting. It's like so alive, and it's a really neat experience. It's fun. I'm loving it.
First time I rode the L train in Chicago, I was trying to go to the airport and I wound up at the cemetery. So you got to be careful.
Oh yeah,
you got to be careful.
Here's something I guess I never really, you never really see yourself as a certain like do you ever get people, like you're obviously working TV and stuff, but do you ever like people who go, oh, you look like you'd be a baseball player or something? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Here's something I never even thought once about myself, but it happens almost every day on the subway. I'll be sitting there, and this is the first time it happened. These 4 big, huge African-American guys get on the train, and they all look at me, and then they look at each other, and they said, uh-oh, and they walked right off the train. And I was like, yeah, I'm from Detroit, like, ah. And this little lady sitting next to me, she goes, they think you're a cop. So apparently I look like an undercover cop, like, because I got my backpack on, I'm just kind of sitting there trying to be all tough and stuff, but as soon as I smile, I ruin it. They know I'm not a cop, so and it sucks because I want to see them perform. Yeah. That's what they're getting on to do, is there's like always performers on the trains, but it's illegal if they ask for money, which I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
So they can perform if they want, but they're not supposed to ask for money, but apparently they stick undercover cops on trains all the time.
Interesting.
I don't know. So I got another. I don't have to worry about anywhere I go in New York. They all think I'm a cop. I'm fine.
Sometimes that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I love it.
It's not a bad thing.
It's either that or Rick from Pawn Stars. It's the other one I get all the time. So,
Bit of a difference there.
Yeah, way big.
Well, yeah, you got Rick from Pawn Stars, or maybe the guy from The Shield, Michael Chiklis.
I get that all the time. I lost 65 pounds this past year, so like I'm starting to like get filled out a little better, and I get that Chiklis, which I like that one way better than Rick from Pawn Stars.
Yeah, exactly. His name is Rob Little. He's in town all weekend long. Make sure you come out and see him Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday too, right?
Yep.
All weekend.
Yeah, and if they want to catch me online, it's roblittle.com. I'm on Twitter at roblittle.comic, and Instagram is also roblittle.comic. And what am I forgetting? There's something else.
YouTube?
Facebook. I'm on YouTube also, roblittle.comic. Yep.
There you go. Check him out all weekend long right here at Funny Bone, 168th and Dodge. Make sure you check him out. And Rob, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
Take care.